Altcoins have bled out over the past few weeks, and people are giving you two reasons. The first, artificial intelligence cracked crypto's cryptography and the whole system collapsed. The second, everyone is pulling their money out to chase SpaceX stock. Let me be honest with you. One of these is pure fiction, the other is only half true, and the real reason is neither. Let's sort it out together. I'm RevX. Here's my thesis. Crypto did not break, and no mechanism collapsed. What actually happened is this. Capital temporarily rotated into a hotter story. Artificial intelligence stocks, and at the same time the excessive leverage in the market got washed out. So this is not a death. It is a rotation and a cleanup. I will prove it step by step, first debunking the two myths, then showing you the 5 forces that really did the damage. First, the landscape. From its May 6th peak, Bitcoin has melted roughly 26%, dipping below $61,000 intraday. The entire crypto market has shrunk almost in half from last year's peak, about $2 trillion gone. And here is the key point. Altcoins fell harder than Bitcoin in this drop. That is not a coincidence, and you will see why in a moment. The first claim, a new AI model cracked crypto's encryption, and the whole mechanism collapsed. Technically, this is hollow. Bitcoin's security rests on 2 mathematical fortresses, its signature algorithm and its mining hash. Breaking them is not a question of intelligence. It is a question of raw mathematical hardness. No matter how clever a language model is, it cannot tear down that wall. The one grain of truth buried in the claim is this. AI can find bugs and write exploits in some applications and smart contracts. But that is a flaw in an application, not in crypto's core. The two get blended together to manufacture panic. So is there any real threat that could break crypto? Yes, but it is not AI, it is quantum computing, and even that is nowhere near. Breaking the signature algorithm would take roughly 500,000 stable quantum bits. The strongest machine on Earth today is around 1,500. That is a gap of hundreds of times. And breaking the mining hash would demand almost the energy of a star. In short, nothing got broken this week. Now the second claim, everyone is fleeing crypto for SpaceX stock. This one is half true. The real part, SpaceX goes public on June 12th in a record $75 billion offering, valuing the company at about $1.77 trillion. And because it merged with the AI company xAI this year, buying SpaceX is also a bet on artificial intelligence. Money really is leaving. Bitcoin funds saw $2.3 billion of net outflows in May alone, the deepest of the year. But the half that is wrong, this is not the only cause, and it is certainly not a secret conspiracy. It is an open, rational choice. Now to the heart of it. This drop was not one spark, it was 5 forces stacking on top of each other. 1. The macro picture. US-Iran tension pushed oil up, oil pushed inflation up, so the central bank delayed its rate cuts, and the dollar strengthened. 2. Strategy sold Bitcoin for the first time since December 2022, small in size but a massive confidence shock. The holder everyone called untouchable blinked. 3. A leverage cascade. 4. The rotation into AI we just covered. 5. Old Mt.Gox distributions and weak technical levels. All 5 hit altcoins at once, and this is the result. The most visible fingerprint of those 5 forces is the leverage cleanup. In the last 24 hours, more than 270,000 traders were forcibly closed out, $1.8 billion liquidated, and $1.35 billion of that was long positions, bets that prices would rise. So as price fell, liquidations triggered, and those liquidations pushed price even lower. A self-reinforcing spiral. This is not a collapse. It is overeager leverage getting washed out. So why did altcoins fall harder than Bitcoin? Because the structural rule says so. Altcoins have thinner liquidity and higher leverage. When risk appetite flees, money exits the riskiest edge first, the altcoins. In my own measurement over the last 12 months, altcoins' average downside beta, while Bitcoin fell, was 1.28. That means when Bitcoin drops, altcoins drop about 28% more. We call this high beta, and that is exactly what we are watching right now. Let's bring it together. Artificial intelligence did not crack crypto's encryption, that is fiction. The SpaceX rotation is real, but not the only cause. The real story is macro pressure, institutional outflows, and excessive leverage washing out altcoins all at once. So what we are seeing is an identity shift and a cleanup, not a death. The next critical moment is the June 12th SpaceX listing and the central bank's tone on rates. When that window closes, some of the absorbed money may flow back. This is not investment advice, it is an attempt to read the market's mechanism together. Stay on the data. I'm Mt.Gox.